Trying to blend with the family wasn't easy. There was challenges, but it was something that I wanted desperately.
And here's the final question nobody wants to ask, but everybody is thinking, how exactly is this supposed to work? If Kody actually drags another wife into this circus, where does she go? Is she supposed to live in the Purple Mansion, the shrine Robyn built for herself? Or does Kody plan to shove her into a shack down the road while Robyn keeps her 17,000 square foot palace? Imagine the optics. Robyn in velvet chairs sipping tea, while the new wife struggles in a starter home with 2 bedrooms and broken promises. No woman in her right mind would look at Kody's highlight reel and say, "Yes, that's the future I want." Not a single one. This is the tragic irony. Kody couldn't handle 4 wives when he was younger, healthier, and when the finances weren't in ashes. He couldn't balance time. He couldn't be fair. He couldn't show up for his kids consistently. He couldn't even treat the women he had with basic respect. And now, after losing 3 wives, dozens of children's trust, and his entire reputation, he thinks a new woman is the answer? It's delusional. It's desperate. It's Kody chasing an ego boost, a trophy wife, a shiny distraction to cover up the fact that his entire empire has collapsed around him. And what about Robyn? Don't be fooled by the eye rolls and the half-hearted pig comments. She'll keep enabling him. She always has. She'll keep feeding him lines like, "You're so misunderstood. You're still strong. You're still the patriarch." Because Robyn knows exactly how to prop up Kody's fragile ego. She needs him to keep performing the role of king so she can keep her crown as queen. Their entire marriage is one big codependent delusion. He clings to her validation to pretend he still has power. She clings to his title to pretend she's permanent. Together, they aren't husband and wife, they're co-conspirators in denial. This isn't just a couple in denial. This is the collapse of an entire system. Kody's fear of irrelevance fuels his fantasies about younger, hotter women. Robyn's fear of losing control fuels her obsession with guarantees and fake outrage. And instead of confronting reality, they spin storylines that will never happen, creating a feedback loop of dysfunction. They need each other not for love, not for faith, but for survival. And the scariest part? They're the last 2 actors left on a stage built on lies, clinging to their roles while the set burns down around them. Let's face it, Kody isn't getting a new wife. Not really. Robyn would never allow it. She'd threatened to leave him before she let another woman crack her fortress. He's not rebuilding his empire. She's not risking her throne. This entire storyline is theater, a sad little dance to make themselves feel relevant. Kody has been exposed as a narcissist chasing lust and ego. Robyn has been exposed as a manipulator chasing guarantees and power. And all that's left is the 2 of them, clinging to each other because without the other, the illusion collapses completely. Kody once dreamed of being remembered as a great patriarch of polygamy, a man who built a legacy. Instead, he'll be remembered as the man who said on national TV that all he really wants is a hot wife, and that he doesn't freaking care. That's his legacy, not faith, not family, not leadership. Just vanity and delusion? After 20 seasons, that may be the most honest thing Kody Brown has ever said. And that's the tragedy, isn't it? This isn't just about adding another wife. This is about a man chasing youth he's already lost, and a woman clinging to power she knows is slipping away. It's about desperation dressed up as destiny. It's about control disguised as commitment. And it's about a kingdom that was never real collapsing in real time. And here's the final cliffhanger. When the illusion finally breaks, when the last thread of denial snaps, who will be left standing? Will Kody throw Robyn under the bus to chase his fantasy one more time? Or will Robyn, the queen of guarantees, finally pull the rug out from under the man she crowned king? One thing is certain, the endgame of this twisted empire is coming, and it won't be pretty. Won't be pretty. Robyn has always been obsessed with one word: guarantees. From the very start, she didn't marry into polygamy because she thought it was holy or because she believed in some sacred principle. No, Robyn married into this family because it guaranteed her survival. It guaranteed financial security. It guaranteed her children a life and opportunities she couldn't provide alone. And most of all, it guaranteed her a seat at the table, a throne she could never have reached otherwise. She played the principal card on television, but in reality, her principal was power. She learned early how to control the leader without ever looking like one, how to manipulate Kody into making her the queen while she pretended to be the loyal servant. That's why Christine's exit shook her so badly. Robyn bawled on camera, pretending to cry about family unity and tradition. But look closer, those weren't tears for Christine. They were tears for herself. Because when Christine left, Robyn lost her guarantee. She lost the stability of a larger family. She lost the dream of kids returning for holidays. She lost the financial buffer of multiple wives carrying the weight. The empire she built her identity on began to slip, and she knew it. And now, with Kody lusting out loud for a new, good-looking wife, her guarantees are crumbling even faster. And Kody? The audacity is off the charts. For decades, this man preached about faith and sacred principles. He lectured Mary, Janelle, and Christine that polygamy was holy, that they were building a kingdom for God. And now? On national TV, he shrugs like a frat boy, smirks, and admits, "I don't freaking care. My primary motivation would just be how good-looking she is." Imagine how insulting that is, not only to his wives, but to the very faith he used as a shield for years. It was never about God. It was never about principle. It was always about ego. All ego, baby. And now the mask is slipping for everyone to see. Robyn tries to laugh it off, but the laughter is fake. Painfully fake. The kind of laugh that cracks under the weight of fear. She knows this is how Kody operates. She knows because it's the same way he chose her. Back then, he bragged that he had a diesel jeans model joining the family. He didn't talk about her spirit or her values. He saw her as a trophy, a shiny object. And now, years later, she's realizing she might be replaced the same way. No wonder her laugh rings hollow. No wonder her eyes betray panic. Robyn is horrified, but she can't show it, so she hides behind a joke. "You're kind of being a pig." But here's the deeper layer. Robyn isn't just worried about love or affection. She's worried about her monopoly. If a younger, more glamorous rival enters the picture, even for a moment, it cracks her fortress wide open. Every card she played, being the caretaker, the enabler, the coach, the psychologist, the one who strokes Kody's ego, could crumble in an instant. She's terrified of losing her throne, not her husband, because she knows her power depends on being the last wife standing. And Kody? He's spiraling into an existential panic. This isn't just shallow lust, it's desperation. He's lost 3 wives, alienated his kids, destroyed his reputation, and what's left? Robyn and a dying storyline. So he clings to fantasies of a younger wife, not because he needs love, but because he needs validation. He needs to prove, to himself and to the world, that he's still desirable, still powerful, still the king. It's pathetic, it's tragic, and it's terrifying. Even Robyn's fake outrage can't save him now. Fans see through it. They know she's not laughing because she's amused. She's laughing because she's calculating. Because if she shows anger, Kody might turn on her the way he turned on Christine and Janelle. She has no choice but to laugh, even as the cracks spread beneath her. And here's the cliffhanger. Kody's midlife crisis isn't just humiliating his wives. It's destroying the very empire he built. If Robyn's guarantees are gone, if her throne is unstable, then the so-called queen may soon find herself dethroned. And when that happens, Kody won't just lose his crown, he'll lose the last loyal soldier in his collapsing kingdom. Kody Brown has always claimed that polygamy was some sacred principle, a calling from God, a lifestyle built on faith. But when he opens his mouth, the truth betrays him. On camera, he doesn't sound like a man of God. He sounds like a man desperate to hold on to fading power. "Men are polygynists. We always want one more woman," he declares, like he's giving a lecture on human nature. He even drags in the word hypergamy, a term so loaded with sexism it almost reveals more about his own twisted mindset than about society. According to Kody, men can't help but chase more wives, and women will always be searching for someone better than the man they have. That's not scripture. That's narcissism dressed up as philosophy. Let's be real here. Kody isn't speaking as a spiritual leader. He's speaking as a man in crisis. The family is gone. Christine left. Janelle left. Even Mary finally broke free. His children are distant, his name is a punchline, and his so-called empire lies in ruins. And when narcissists run out of supply, what do? They hunt. They look for the next shiny object to validate them. And in Kody's case, that means fantasizing about a younger, prettier wife who can prove to the world, and to himself, that he's still desirable. It's not about love. It's not about faith. It's not even about family. It's about inventory. Kody doesn't nurture relationships. He collects them. Wives, children, houses, everything to him has always been about acquisition, not connection. And Robyn? She sits there, wide-eyed, pretending to be shocked as if this is brand new behavior. She calls him a pig for daring to admit that looks are his motivation. But here's the hypocrisy. Wasn't this the exact same behavior he showed when she entered the family? Let's not forget Kody's own words. Back then, he bragged, "I have a diesel jeans model coming into my family." He didn't say Robyn was a blessing. He didn't talk about her values, her faith, her spirit. He reduced her to a fashion label, a prize, a shiny accessory, and Robyn ate it up because it gave her power. But now, years later, as her own beauty fades in Kody's eyes, suddenly she finds the behavior disgusting. Funny how that works, isn't it? The fans haven't missed this irony. The live chats lit up with viewers pointing out the obvious. Why is Robyn shocked? He's been this way all along. Nothing has changed except her age. One fan nailed it perfectly. He thought Robyn was a success because she was a diesel jeans model. Now he wants another one. Exactly. Robyn can call him a pig today, but this was the same pig she defended for years while Christine and Janelle were being humiliated. She didn't cry foul then. She only cries now because the spotlight of his wandering eye is finally turning on her. And Kody's body language makes it even worse. His smirk, his smug tone, the way he declares, "Maybe I want intimacy more than you do." That's not just a statement. That's a dagger aimed straight at Robyn. He's implying she doesn't desire him anymore. He's implying she's lost interest. It's the same cruel trick he used to break down Christine and Mary. Subtle insults, constant jabs, psychological warfare designed to make them feel like failures. And now it's Robyn's turn. The woman who once gloated about being the last wife standing is now staring down the barrel of Kody's manipulative wrath. But here's the most damning truth. Nothing has changed. Kody was a pig when he chased Robyn, bragging about her looks. He's a pig now, dreaming of another conquest. And Robyn? She's only just realizing what the other wives knew all along. This isn't about polygamy. This isn't about God. This isn't about family. This is about a narcissist desperate to prove he still matters, even as the empire collapses around him. And here's the cliffhanger. If Kody is willing to humiliate even Robyn, his queen, his last wife standing, on camera, then no one is safe. Not her throne, not her crown, not even her place in the story. The very foundation she built her power on is crumbling, and the question is, how much longer before Kody himself kicks her off the pedestal she fought so hard to climb? Robyn once proudly wore the crown of being the last wife standing. She bragged about it in interviews with tears in her eyes, as though it was a title etched in stone. But now, that crown looks shaky. For the first time, we're seeing the cracks in her perfect act. She knows what Kody said wasn't just for the cameras. She knows Kody is impulsive, manipulative, and reckless, and deep down she's terrified he might actually mean it. The thought that she could be replaced by someone younger, prettier, and shinier has her rattled. Because let's be honest, Robyn didn't join this family out of faith or sacred conviction. No. She joined like someone landing directly on Boardwalk in Monopoly. Jackpot. The richest prize. The seat of power. And now she fears that seat could be pulled out from under her. Robyn's strategy was clear from the beginning. Weaponize innocence. She came in playing the sweet, wide-eyed victim card. She let Kody believe she was the helpless damsel, crying delicate tears, needing a savior. And Kody, desperate to play the hero, fell for it completely. That act catapulted her into the throne as queen wife, the favorite, the winner. But when she called Kody a pig, it wasn't just an insult. It was her panic spilling out. Panic that Kody's wandering eye means he's bored with her. Panic that her crown is slipping. Panic that the empire she fought so hard to control is collapsing around her. And Kody? He doesn't even try to hide it anymore. He says it outright. His primary motivation for a new wife would be her looks. Not her faith. Not her values. Not whether she could heal a shattered family. Just beauty. That's it. Imagine the insult to Robyn. For years she was his chosen one, the one who replaced the others, the one he crowned as queen. But now, in front of cameras, Kody is practically announcing to the world that she's not enough anymore. He's bored. He wants more, and his smirk as he says it makes it even worse, like a midlife crisis man laughing at his own betrayal. But here's where the psychology gets even darker. Kody tries to frame it as if he and Robyn share something so special that they need to test it by duplicating it. What kind of twisted logic is that? Imagine saying, "Our love is so strong that I need to bring in a stranger to prove it." It's madness. And it's not the first time he's played this game. Fans remember it well. Kody once admitted he was living in polygamy hell. He said it on camera. I am in the depths of frustration. I am in polygamy hell. And now he dares to pretend he's excited to bring another woman into the mix? Please, this isn't about faith. This is about ego, lust, and control. And then comes the most chilling part. Kody's subtle jab at Robyn. He says, "There's something I want maybe more than you do." Think about that. He's not just talking in general. He's taking a shot at her. He's implying that intimacy, the one thing Robyn once used to secure her spot, doesn't matter to her anymore. That maybe she's pulling away. That maybe she no longer desires him. It's manipulative. It's cruel. And it's exactly the same playbook he used to tear down Christine and Mary. This is how Kody operates. He rewrites the blame, makes his wives feel like they're the problem, and then uses it as justification to chase the next shiny distraction. And the fans? They see it. The live chat during the episode lit up like wildfire. People pointing out that Kody's words weren't just about another wife. They were digs at Robyn herself. Viewers noted how uncomfortable she looked, how her laugh didn't match her eyes, how her face betrayed the panic. One fan said it best. This is how he broke Christine down. Little jabs, little insults until she felt worthless. Another pointed out the irony. The woman who once gloated about being the last wife standing might now be facing the same humiliation she watched her sister wives endure. Karma has finally circled back, and the so-called queen may be the next to fall. And that's the shocking twist. The very comment Kody made, meant as a joke, a half-smile confession, might be the dagger that destroys Robyn's illusion of power. If she's no longer enough for him, then her empire is in jeopardy. The last wife standing may not stand much longer. Robyn's mask finally slipped, and with just one sentence, she shattered the carefully painted picture TLC has been feeding fans for years. On camera, in front of millions, she muttered the unthinkable, that Kody Brown, the self-proclaimed king of polygamy, was being a pig. And no matter how she tried to dress it up with an awkward laugh or fake concern, the truth was already out there. Those words weren't a joke. They were a confession, straight from the lips of the woman Kody has always protected above all others. Think about it. For over a decade, this show has paraded Kody and Robyn as the power couple of sister wives. They were supposed to be the chosen ones, the royal pair, the great defenders of polygamy. But what have they given us? Not faith. Not unity. Not family. Instead, they turned marriage into a performance. A twisted soap opera built on control, ego, and endless delusion. Kody strutted like a man possessed, puffing out his chest, barking orders, while Robyn played the tragic victim, dabbing her crocodile tears at just the right moments. All the while, the original wives were slipping away, escaping one by one like women running from a cult they had been trapped in for years. And just when the world thought the chaos was slowing down, Season 20 explodes with a new scandal. Kody doesn't talk about rebuilding the family, repairing the damage, or finding faith again. No, instead he drops a bombshell. He's considering adding another wife. And why? Not for God. Not for the sacred principle he preached about for years. Not even for the family he has already destroyed. His primary motivation, by his own admission, would be one thing and one thing only: how good-looking the woman is. Let that sink in. After all the heartbreak, after decades of failed relationships, after losing the respect of his children and the loyalty of his wives, Kody thinks the answer to it all is a shiny new toy. It's pathetic. It's desperate. It's the clearest picture of a man in the grip of a midlife crisis, clinging to vanity while everything else burns around him. At 56, Kody is balding, bitter, and broke, with nothing left of the empire he once bragged about. And yet, here he is, still dreaming about shopping for another wife like he's buying a new car. And what about Robyn? She sits there, pretending to be shocked, pretending to laugh, pretending she didn't already know exactly how this storyline would play out. But her eyes tell the truth. Behind the fake smile, there's fear. Fear of losing the throne she fought so hard for. Fear that another wife could destroy her carefully crafted role as queen wife and last wife standing. And then the slip happens. The moment Kody reveals too much, Robyn blurts it out. "You're kind of being a pig right now." Kind of? No, that wasn't a slip. That was the raw truth, dressed up as a joke because the cameras were rolling. For years, Robyn couldn't bear to hear anyone insult Kody. She looked at Christine and Janelle with contempt when they called him out. She played the loyal wife, the defender, the protector. But now it's Robyn herself pulling off the mask. She didn't just call him out, she exposed him. She confirmed everything fans have suspected all along, that behind the fake tears and grand speeches, Kody Brown is nothing more than a selfish, arrogant man driven by vanity and ego. And here's the real twist. If Robyn is cracking, then the empire is collapsing. Because she was supposed to be the last one standing. The legal wife, the favorite. The one who won when the others left. But what happens when even she starts to lose faith? What happens when the queen herself admits that the king is nothing more than a pig in a crumbling kingdom? And that's where this story really begins. Because if Robyn is finally speaking the truth, even accidentally, it means the walls are closing in on Kody faster than anyone imagined. And trust me, the fallout from this slip will be explosive.